Today we will be talking about interracial relationships. Hi, I'm also in an interracial relationship. What is it like to be in an interracial relationship? Oh my God, what is it like to date a white man? Oh my God, your kids are gonna be so cute. These are some of the emails that I get on a daily basis, okay? And I would like to address it today. But before I do that, I want to start off by saying the success of a relationship is not determined by the races or the genders of those involved. It is determined by the characters of the two people. Are those characters compatible? Do they have love for each other? Are they willing to get past their fights and their arguments? Are they proud to introduce their partner in public? And do they think that without each other, they would have a totally miserable life? These are some of the qualities that I think make up a successful relationship, irrespective of the race and the gender.
Absolutely, yeah. Guys, it should really be about the character, of course, of each individual involved. And you know, there are certain cliches maybe different people from different areas in the world might have of how they behave, especially when it comes to relationships. But really, you have to keep in mind, if you stay too focused on a particular group of people that you want to be dating, you're gonna end up being too narrow-minded. So really, you should try and focus or get away from physical or geographical groups that you want to date, and really focus on the characters you're interested in, that you're keen on having in your partner. And that's what you should look out for.
It has come to my attention, of course, by people even directly sending me questions and emails that I wasn't even aware of to begin with. I mean, let's start from the very beginning. When I made my relationship with David public, the first ridiculous interracial comment that I got was from one of my friends asking me to join an interracial online community. I promise you, like, I was so shocked. Like, I went home and I actually thought about this. I mean, she was aware of the previous relationships that I've had, and I had never gotten any offer to join any online community, but suddenly I'm dating David and I'm good enough now to join an online community. Like,
or there's any reason why you suddenly need to exchange ideas or talk about this fact that you're now dating somebody?
Why do I need why do I need a community? Like, am I dating an alien? Like, you know? It's just this interracial. I mean, let me just ask you, right? If you call our relationship interracial, so what about a relationship with like two Germans or two Nigerians? What is that called? Intraracial.
Should be intraracial.
It should be intraracial, but guess what? I don't hear things like that. I never hear intraracial, because as human beings, like, we try to stereotype things that stand out, and it might stand out in a positive way or in a negative way, but just once something is different, we try to create a stereotype.
Right, and put labels on this.
And put labels on.
Humans, unfortunately, or fortunately, of course, in this case, unfortunately, they need to have labels for things. They need to have categorized things, you know? And if they don't have that, it doesn't make sense to them, but it's wrong sometimes.
It's wrong. I mean, let's take America, for example. Like, almost everyone who is American was immigrated from somewhere. Right, There are Portuguese American, Indian Americans, Japanese Americans, but the most stereotype that you hear is African Americans for a reason. And I suppose when you bring that into the dating world, that is the same thing, like interracial relationships. Like, there is no rave about intraracial relationships. So people have decided to label interracial relationship because it stands out in a special way. Like, so are we trying to say that people who are in relationships with people of the same race are not special? Are we saying that they're not going to have cute kids, or their partners don't treat them well? Like, my sister and my friends are married to Nigerians, people from the same race, and their relationship is equally happy and special. And I don't see why mine should be a thing. So much so that people specifically send me send me emails, asking what is it like to date a white man.
Yeah. I mean, look, fair enough, of course, if you're interested in, okay, how's the relationship going, or you have questions about particular topics or issues in that, that's a different story, of course. But don't think there's anything specifically just because from a different race. Of course, there were, I guess, where maybe some of the questions stem from, as well as this fact of you're just obviously getting to know the other culture. And we've recently released the video of the traditional wedding. And of course, yes, there were some elements that, obviously myself and my family had to learn, and vice versa, of course, when Adanna came to Germany. So there are some cultural elements, maybe, yes, that you can adjust to, you have to learn, right? But there's nothing about, per se, the race that makes a relationship positive or negative. So you shouldn't look out for that in particular.
And if our lives make any difference to people, or we motivate people, or we inspire people, I really don't want it to be for the wrong reasons, quite frankly. So to all the young girls out there, to people who make comments like, I'm now going to find me a white man, trust me, I have had friends that have been in relationship with white people, and they say to me, Adanna, not everybody is David. Let me just tell you, you have to be compatible. And I say this, David could have been Indian, Puerto Rican, Japanese, or whatever culture he wanted to be. We had a lot in common, and I believe that is the reason why I found him interesting. Yes. I grew up in Nigeria. I only left Nigeria towards the end of my teenage years, and most of my ideas and my cultures, I brought with me. That is what I loved. And when I came to England, I met David, who had spent most of his years in Africa as well. So we shared a passion in music, in dancing, in languages. There were so many things that we found interesting about each other. And then his character as a person, he treated me with respect. There was equality between the both of us. Those were some of the things that I considered, and I thought to myself, I would love to be in a relationship with this boy.
Yeah, I think another few things, of course, are things like values, beliefs, and also goals in life. I think, again, irrespective of age, gender, or where you come from, it's important that you both have sort of similar, if not the same, goals in life, because at the end of the day, you always have to remember those aspects that you sometimes look out for if you're on the hunt for somebody are very short-term things. Okay, but the things that are relevant and important for a long-term relationship, let alone obviously being married and starting a family, are often much deeper than that. So it's really about those factors that you should look out for. What are your goals in life? Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing? And that has to be compatible. And then obviously values, beliefs are also very important. How you approach issues, how are you viewing issues. Discuss some really hot topics in the world right now, and see if you don't always have to agree to everything, of course. We're not saying that. We certainly don't agree to everything, let me just tell you that. But we have a common way, or a common ground at least, on how to talk about topics and so on.
And how to get past things.
Absolutely, that's I think the key anyway. You can disagree of something, but it's about how do you solve the situation. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know if you have this in the back of your mind, look, I'm going into a relationship I'm just going to date a white person, or I'm going to date an Indian or whoever. If you're so bent on this being in an interracial relationship, I'm afraid you're going to kind of close your mind, or kind of be blindfolded when the negative things start to come. Because David and I agree, wherever you meet someone, it could be in a club, in a church, wherever you meet somebody, the very first thing that attracts you has to be the physical appearance. You're not God to know the character of that person. It is the physical appearance. Oh, he's cute, he's tall, she has long hair, she has short hair, whatever attracts you, okay? And then you start talking, and then you get to know the person. And that's what determines if you're going to be in a long-term relationship with that person. But take, for instance, I'm bent on dating a German, okay? The first German I meet in the club, okay, he's cute, he's tall, I can see myself ending up with him. And then when he starts showing his true character, he treats me with disrespect, he doesn't show any care or attention, when all the little negative things that I think should be key factors in a successful relationship. When they start displaying themselves, you will be blindfolded by the fact that, look, this is my treasure. I've already found him. He's a white guy, he's tall, he's this. I'm going to ignore the rest of the other aspects. And that's when you end up in trouble, or that's when you spend the rest of your life pretending to be who you're not.
Look guys, at the end of the day, right, we obviously don't want to let you know that we appreciate all the messages and all the questions, and we're very happy, of course, again, to answer as many as we can. We just want to make that point clear that we would encourage everybody who maybe looks at us for advice sometimes, who just really appreciates how we treat each other, to translate that to their own lives, not aiming to date somebody from another race, because it seems to, obviously, in our case, it's perfect, it's beautiful, and that's what we want, right? It is not because we're from a different race. Please translate what you can see or learn from us maybe into the values, the character you want to be dating and you want to hopefully marry eventually. Okay, so this is what has worked for us. We found somebody, each other, who's compatible to our wishes, our dreams, our beliefs, our behavior, and so on. This is what makes us happy. Okay, and this is what we want you to take on board from all of this. That I think is really the key message.
Don't get yourself into trouble. Don't think like you've achieved your goal in life because you're in an interracial relationship. Don't think you're more superior than any other person. What you should take away is that your relationship will work because of the characters of the people involved. Not because of the races, not because of the genders. If you're able to treat each other with respect, and if that's what you're able to learn from us, like displaying your affection, respecting each other, treating each other like kings and queens, these are things that you could, translate into your relationship, even if it's an intra-racial relationship. I don't even know if that word exists, but I suppose that's what we're trying to, the message we're trying to put across.
Don't use those labels. Look at the person in front of you. That's all.
Look at the person in front of you. That's it.
Like how we do it, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate, of course, all the messages. Keep them coming. Thank you so much for your support, and we love you.
Yeah, love you.
Bye bye.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Welcome to the 50
random facts. That was weird. 50, right?
50 random facts about us.
Yes, we will both each talk about 25 random facts about ourselves.